Welcome back. You have landed once again on the channel of the Ebb Fats, a Championship Manager 0102 channel where we do saves, we do challenges, we do hints and tips, we do player recommendations, everything you can think of to continue keeping the game alive. Before we get into this, please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like this video if you enjoy what you see. Share with people that you feel may enjoy the content also, and please do comment below for new things that you would like to see the channel doing. I say that because this will be the final episode of this challenge, and a reminder for you, if you are joining us again, that this is the Three Tulipani challenge. A replication of AC Milan of the late 1980s in Serie A. Obviously there were foreigner restrictions at that time. You could only have 3 foreign players. Milan chose to take 3 Dutchmen, Ruud Gullit, Marco van Basten and Frank Rijkaard, and then they created what can only be called a full-on assault on the league and Europe. With those 3 in tow, they won Serie A, they won the Champions League, they won the European Super Cup, and obviously the 3 players themselves as well went on to success in the European Championships in 1988. So as I say, this will be episode 13 and the final chapter. If you were with us last time, you will know we have 1 game left of the season. You can see the table right there. And we are currently 4th. We are unable to make 1st, 2nd or 3rd, so it's a straight fight for 4th place, along with a number of other sides: Juventus, Fiorentina, Roma and Cagliari. For the purposes of the challenge, you score points. The challenge, as I mentioned, is called Three Tulipani. It can be found on the Championship Manager website. That is champman0102.net. They have a dedicated challenges section. This is challenge number 43, and you get assigned points at the end of this season, telling us how well you have done. You get points for your finish in Serie A, but you only get points if you finish in the top 4. So I am on the verge of either collecting some points or missing out on some points. So it is, literally a straight fight between 4th to 8th. 5 different teams who could still finish 4th in the division. So what we'll do is, this episode is solely just to play out this final game, and then we will forward through into the later stages of the season, into the post-season, to see who wins World Player of the Year. You can collect points for any of your Dutchmen picking that up, Italian Player of the Year, Italian top scorer, and you also get points for every goal scored by your 3 Dutchmen. Also every assist by your 3 Dutchmen, and every man of the match picked up by your 3 Dutchmen. So without further ado, no more suspense, we will move into that very final game. So it's been a long, hard old season. As you can see, 10 defeats from the 33 games that we've played. So a third of the games we've played we have lost, which is not great. But we are still in a position where we could pick up some points. So as I say, this will be the last chapter of this challenge. Please do comment below and let me know if there are other challenges that you know of, or you come up with a challenge that you think I should try and take on. I'll try and take on anything really. This, obviously, as you can see with up-to-date player names, is on the April 22 database from champman0102.net, but I'm happy to take on the original database, any other database that's come out in the intervening years. So here we are, Milan face Fiorentina. So that's a straight fight. Beat them or better or match their results, sorry, and we will stay above them. Atalanta have an easier game, but they're out of it. That's Venezia. Cagliari are away to Bologna. Roma take on Lecce. They've probably got 3 points in the bag there, and probably the easiest of the fixtures is Udinese versus Juventus. So you would say the ball is in Juve's court, and we're all on the same points. So Juve will probably win, so I will need to match and better 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th results. So into the final game of the season. Everyone is fit and well, hopefully raring to go. We've put this on the line by losing to Lecce in the previous game. Kevin Bonifazi has been playing okay, but picking up poor average ratings. Just 2 7s in the last 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 games. So we will see. I think we will probably replace him in the side and give it maybe to Daniele Rugani. And that probably will be the only change to the side. So the team that will be looking to hold on to 4th, Pierluigi Golini in goal. Davide Calabria will play right back. Emerson Palmieri at left back. Central defenders Romagnoli and Rugani. Manuel Locatelli will play in the defensive midfield position. He's replaced Sandro Tonali, who has picked up a 7-match ban. 3 central midfielders. You'll find 2 of our Dutchmen here. First of them being Cody Gakpo. And the second is actually a right back, Hans Hateboer, but he's been playing in the midfield. Filling out the central midfield is Jorginho. And the forwards, Joshua Zirkzee is our 3rd Dutchman, and Andrea Pinamonte has come in recently just to fill in that central forward position. So here we go into the game. What we will do is slow down the commentary just to add a bit of tension, and we'll watch on live league table to see what happens. We'll be ready to pause and make changes if something were to happen in game. So here we go, wish us luck. Final game of the Serie A season to try and secure 4th place. 5 minutes gone. Not much has happened yet. It's a quiet start. No goals elsewhere have gone in, it seems, as we're still in 4th. 15 minutes gone. Free kick to Fiorentina. It's looking dangerous, but we've got it away. Yes, we've scored. Pinamonte has scored. So we are now 2 points ahead of the pack at least. That is all we can do. If we continue doing that, we should be able to hold on to 4th place. Unless someone comes up with a massive goal difference swing. Pinamonte has shown why he has come into the team in the last 4 or 5 games. Maybe should have played the whole season instead of Zirkzee being the actual centre forward, but we had to play him up there in terms of challenge points. So let's look at the latest scores around the grounds. Cagliari are winning against Bologna. Milan, obviously ourselves, are winning. Roma are winning. Juventus are drawing with Udinese. And who was the 4th side? Roma, was it? Or maybe Napoli. No, Napoli are ahead. Fiorentina are losing, obviously, to us. That's the other team that I was missing. So let's have a look and see how we've been doing this half. Jorginho not getting a lot of the ball, 6 attempted tackles, and he has only succeeded with 1, although it was a key tackle. Daniele Regani has shown why he's come in. 5 tackles made, 5 tackles won, 4 of them key tackles. So it's good that he has come in. It is not great that we are conceding so many tackles, and so many have to be key tackles to be made. Not a great deal going forward. 2 shots for Jorginho, and we know he's played poorly so far. Pinamonte 2 shots, and Xerxes just the 1 shot off target. Fiorentina have had just the 1 shot so far though, so could you say we're comfortable? Maybe. We will go into the second half and see what happens. Home fans roaring us on. So we've reached 65, 66 minutes. Let's have a pause and see how we're doing. Xerxes not playing well, Romagnoli lacking in a bit of fitness. Jorginho's tackle rate is not really improving. Regani's is decreasing. Hasn't made another key tackle this half. We carry on. Would love a second to take away a bit of the tension, especially if Juve were to score. That would put us under some serious pressure. Let's have a pause at 15 and see how it is going around the grounds. Cagliari are still winning at Bologna. Inter running away with it, so they have won the league. Roma still lead. Juventus down to 10 and still drawing. So we could be sewing up 4th, but we will count no chickens until these 15 minutes have passed. Oh, there's a second. Hatabouaj scored. That must seal it for Milan. Oh no, we're 2-1. Fiorentina back in with a shout. 6 minutes to go. Do not lose any points here. 4 minutes to go. Let's waste a bit of time replacing Romagnoli. He's played well, but he is tired. Magnani is the only central defender on the bench. Gakpo is a little tired, but we will leave him on. 3 minutes plus injury time. Into injury time. And yes, we win. Whew, it's a Cagliari win. Inter win. Milan, of course, win. Roma beat Lecce by 3. And that fills me with a bit of worry. Do they catch us? Napoli comfortably win. And the important one is Juventus only draw with Udinese. And all that means, as you can see, Internazionale won the division. Napoli in 2nd. Atalanta hold on to 3rd. And Milan are 4th. So that gives us some points on the board. What we will do now is try and fly through the early parts of the postseason to try and find out who's won World Player of the Year, Italian Player of the Year, all that kind of stuff. So we can work out how many points we have actually secured for the Three Tulipani challenge. And so you join me midway through June, and you see in front of you there that Manchester City forward Gerard Moreno has won World Player of the Year. Second place went to Barcelona's Pedri. And third place to Raheem Sterling. So that, I believe, is the award we're looking for World Player of the Year, but we'll look at World Footballer of the Year as well. That one went to Romelu Lukaku. Runner-up was Kylian Mbappe. Simone Inzaghi obviously was Manager of the Year, ran away with Serie A. Player of the Year was Martinez. Second place went to Ivan Perisic. And third to Milinkovic Savic. So nothing for Player of the Year. And we win finally. Oh no, we don't win. It's not the award I thought it was. Joshua Zirkzee did win Young Player of the Year. He won that ahead of Matthias de Ligt of Juventus and Eljif Elmaz of Napoli. Perisic won Defender of the Year. Biraghi runner-up. Gasparini Goalkeeper of the Year. Pierluigi Golini came third. Joshua Zirkzee, though, did win the Top Scorer award, beating Lautaro Martinez and João Pedro of Cagliari into third place. So we do win some points for Top Scorer. So just to go back to our squad, the challenge points allow you points for each goal from our Dutchman, each assist from our Dutchman, and each man of the match from our Dutchman. So we will see Hateboer scored 4 goals across the season. Gakpo scored 9 goals across the season. And Josh Zirkzee scored 28 goals across the season. So that adding up there, it brings us to 41 goals from our 3. We are allowed 10 points per goal, so that is 410 points. Assists wise, we have 5 from Hateboer. Frankly awful 3 from Gakpo. And 4 from Zirkzee, that is 12. We are allowed 5 points per assist. So 12 times 5 gives us 60 points. And finally, man of the matches. Hateboer got 2. Zirkzee didn't get a single one. Did I say Gakpo or Zirkzee? Sorry, Gakpo didn't get a single one. Zirkzee got 8. So that gives us 10 man of the matches across the 3 Dutchmen. 10 points each for those. That is 100 points. So that is the challenge complete. We received 50 points for finishing 4th in the division. We got no points because we were dumped out the Italian Cup early. We got no points from our Champions League run. We didn't participate in the UEFA Cup. We did not win World Player of the Year with one of our Dutchmen. We did not win Italian Player of the Year with one of our Dutchmen. We did pick up 50 points for Zirkzee now being top scorer. We got 410 points for the goals that we scored from our Dutchmen. An extra 60 points for the assists. And 100 points for the man of the matches. That gives us a final challenge score of 670. Seeing what some others have done in this challenge and have done over 1,000 points, That is a pretty poor return. So we'll just run through some of the league stats as well, just to see where everything went. Average attendance, obviously we were second in that. Goals from corners, just the 2 in the season. Goals from indirect free kicks, 2. Goals from direct free kicks, 3. Discipline wise, 41 yellow cards across the season, just the 2 red cards. Josh Xerxes was up there in the average rating lists, but nowhere near the Intermen. Martinez, Lorente, Perisic, Correa, Brozovic, all above my top man. Spinazzola came in 16th. Locatelli 24th, Jorginho 27th, Hateboer, our first Dutchman, 7.47 for the league season, 31st. Calabria at right back, Sandro Tonali, no one else. Top scorer, as we know, is Xerxes, way out ahead with 24 league goals in the season, so he comfortably won that. No real goals from elsewhere though. Pinamonte 7, but he only started 8 league games. So a very good return for Pinamonte as well. Gakpo 7. Should and could have been more. He was probably the worst of the 3 signings that we made. Assists wise, no one anywhere close to near the top. Locatelli 21st, joint 12th, however you want to look at it, with 7 yellow cards. Jorginho picked up 7, Emerson 6, Tonali 5. Red cards wise, no one got more than 1. Jorginho got 1. Obviously we know Tonali got 1 because he is still suspended from it. And the matches, Spinazzola got 2, and Monti got 2 from 8 starts. And then obviously we know Xerxes, he came 3rd, joint 2nd, 7 man of the matches across the season. In terms of pass completion, obviously this is where the defenders come into it. Regani 2nd on 85, Romagnoli 4th on 84, Jorginho there. Lots of defenders and defensive midfielders in that list. Tackles per game, Romagnoli 5 tackles per game, a very high average. Jorginho 3.9, Regani 3.6, Tonali 3.3. Dribbles per game, Spinazzola from left back 2.9, Xerxes himself, Hateboer, Tonali, the defensive midfielder, who did play in central midfield a few times. Shots on target percentage, Xerxes down at 64%. That's Cooper minus 91% on target. Very good. So that ends our challenge. Milan finished 4th, which is an achievement, but in terms of the Three Tulips challenge, way off the pace. So now, could it be your turn to have a go at this challenge or any of the challenges to be found on the Champman website, champman0102.net. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. It really does help me. Like the video if you've enjoyed the content, share with friends, and comment below for a new challenge for me or any other comment that you do have. Thank you very much for joining me on this series. Hopefully see you again soon as we continue keeping the game alive.